What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Al in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert, Andy, Brad, Brian, Daniel. Good morning, Daniel. I did get your message on Slack. I do have it somewhere. I just gotta find it. But sometime after I get off, I should have the recordings for you. Dragon in the house. Good morning to you, Emily. Good morning. We got Jeff, Kevin, Lauren, Lou, Lucian, Marius, Michael in the house. Good morning to Michelle, Peter, Rick, Sarah, Tim. Virginia Walters in the house. Walter been crushing a paper trade on Hood yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. All my people out in YouTube land. Alicia, good morning to you. We got Daniel. We got Mustafa. Good morning. LC. Good morning. Wade. Zoltan. Good morning to you. B. Giles in the house, of course. Whew. All my lurkers in the background of YouTube. Not gonna say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. So I've got just bad news. I quit. I'm quitting. That's it. You guys don't need me anymore. The market only does. I'll just leave it with one basic thing, just to help investors and traders. Just buy every dip and just wait until it hits all-time highs, because that's all we're doing every day. So there's no need for me anymore. So unfortunately, I'll just leave. That's it. I'm useless now. The market only does one thing. It goes just straight up. So all you guys need to know is just buy everything anytime. And that seems to work. So for today, we got by the way, I'm kidding. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying. I'm never leaving. That's it. We got SPY gapping up to all-time highs. We have zero targets to the higher side. To me, this looks like we are going higher in a longer-term sense. There's no panic to break down. I'm not going to take out any puts. I'm not protecting. I don't need to. It just there's nothing. Absolutely incredible close yesterday. This is a retest gap, so be careful for today. Maybe we see a little bit of a pullback. If we do, if the market wants to do that, we got 642.21. That is going to be our spot to hold. We want to see a close above it, continue the rally. Otherwise, if we start breaking that down, we'll have I don't even think this gap yesterday, the close yesterday. I don't know. Our retest spot is 637.62 is our next spot down. Obviously, we'll have some psychological levels. Maybe we hit that. I don't think I'd want to see the stock to be bullish 637.17. That means we're breaking the entire candle from yesterday, which is a really good move. I look for that 642 zone. 642.21, 642.09, somewhere around there. If we could hold, if we don't, let's look at psychological levels and see if we get a bounce off of 639.46. Otherwise, it is a retest gap. Nothing really, no targets to the higher side except for just higher Qs looking very similar. We got all-time high gap up. It is a retest gap. Phenomenal close yesterday. We've already been putting in phenomenal closes prior to yesterday. The first one really being, I guess, August 7th. That was a beautiful gap up. We did close above or right at some support. And then that next day gap up, absolutely phenomenal. And we've been just crushing through. But now we are breaking through some previous pivots. We got closes. And I think we go higher from here. It is a retest gap. So if the market wants to come down, I wouldn't be completely freaking out if we get some red candles early in the day. I wouldn't be freaking out if we close red on the day too. We've been doing this red, green, red, green, red, green pattern. So if we continue that, we end up pulling back for today, and maybe we get a close around 580.17. I don't know. This is a really, really good gap, and we're above all pivots. I wouldn't. I don't even think I'd. I think we get the retest of the 480. I don't know. I think bulls come in and buy it up. I don't think we see a red day today. We'll see. I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't think so. I think we just get down to that zone and immediately step in with some bullish buys. We got Bitcoin, which has been a little bit shaky after we broke through that resistance. We broke down. We came in essentially to the retest we talked about. Perfect bounce off of it. We got back into this zone, which could have gone anyway. Double top. Longer term, maybe we still have some kind of double top up here. Depends on how today closes, but even yesterday's close, slightly above that resistance that we had to close above, which is 120.17. It looks to me like Bitcoin is probably off to the races. And yeah, we'll see if we go. We'll see if we just keep going higher. Psychological level from yesterday for the next target, 122.318. After that, somewhere around this 123.218. And oh yeah, first, so for yesterday, 122.318. And then we got 123.218. That's bizarre. I felt like I was just saying the same number over and over again. But yeah, 123, 122. Those are just the peaks of those levels. I think we probably end up taking those out, especially with the close that we put in yesterday. Even today, we've already pulled back. We've done the retest of yesterday's VPOC, and I think crypto just continues to go higher from here as well. Let's see. Peter says I got the job at CNBC. No, I'm just gonna go sit on that beach. I'm just gonna put all my money into any stock that has a red candle, and then just sit on the beach in my retirement. I think that's the only way. It's the only way to play. Jeff says Ethereum treasury company Bitmine Emergence plans to issue 20 billion worth of stock buy. That was yesterday's news, though, Jeff. Yep, that news came out yesterday. Trying to buy BMNR long term, but it won't let you in. There's no pullbacks. Everything is just chase. I think the stock market has adopted the uh the principles of crypto. Just buy high. That's it. APLD shorts 30% short, spiking this morning. Yeah, fantastic close yesterday for ALAP or APLD. I don't know what I'm saying. This is a retest gap, but yeah, short squeeze. This one could be off to the races quick. This a full on retest would be $14.63. That 30% short float might not allow us to get there. If we do get there, that's a phenomenal bounce spot on it. That's where any last minute shorts are going to probably try to bail on this thing. Other than that, yeah, it is a retest gap. Maybe we get a high wave candle, but pre-market break, something like that for this one. Let me just I don't know why this is not on my list. Let me just add this now. That's where we get the alerts. AVAV. Uh, okay, close yesterday. I think this one has a little bit more potential for that retest on it. Um, that was a really interesting close right at that longer term support. We got slightly above it. We have resistance coming in 257.73. We might not fully retest. We'll see. I think we do. But otherwise, we got 253.27. Watch that for your first pullback spot. Yes, more of yesterday, even though there was a lot of buying that came in yesterday. We're still just in this small little downtrend push. On a longer term basis, phenomenal spot to get the bounce off of. So bulls came in right at that little double bottom. You now have a higher low in there, so that does look pretty good too. But I think you get at least a little pullback on this one. Watch that whatever we said, 253.27 zone. If we can't hold it, then we probably see that full on retest, and that'd be an interesting spot to buy, to look for a swing trade if you get down there. Otherwise, to buy this one at open, I don't know. You do have your next resistance. You got about $2.92 until you get to it, but your risk reward probably not great. So we'll move this one higher. But if this one comes back for a retest, then I think it does look really interesting. Otherwise, I don't know. Unless we can definitely get through this 257.92 zone, then the next target after that takes us to 261.08. Starts to look a little bit better on the trade. But yep, definitely nice push. Let's see. Emily said, did AMD and SoFi gap? Oh, not Emily, Walter. I'm reading like crazy man today. We got AMD. Yeah, so they're getting a nice gap up. I think they were being talked about somewhere in a conference. So is Nvidia. Nvidia's just not making the same reaction. AMD might just have more room to it, but really, really good gap on AMD. I think we got to get this one higher on the list. Uh, it is a retest gap. I don't want to see a full-on retest. Not after the market makers got that push above 179.38. So the fact that we're above there, that is the difficult job already being taken out if we could open up above 179.38. Next psychological level, 182.19, we are right back to where we were prior to earnings. We had a little bit of a potential downtrend or channel at least, something like this. Uh, I would say here's our channel. The yesterday was our actual gap outside of that channel. This was the retest into that channel, and I think we do want to continue higher from here. So I think AMD primed for today, even though it is up a lot. We might have a decent push on AMD for today. Let's see, what did I do wrong? There we go. I switched all my settings around on TradingView accidentally. Today's a wild day already. It's already. I'm feeling it. I feel it. Wild day. We got SoFi. Yeah, good gap on that one. I think you get a little bit more of a pullback on this one. I don't know if we do a full-on retest. Full-on retest would get us into 2361 as your buy spot, but really, really good gap on this one too. I think you get some type of pullback, probably a slightly larger pullback on SoFi than AMD. Watch that support around 2393 as your first spot. If they don't seem like they're able to hold it, then wait for that full-on retest. Otherwise, if we get into that zone, next target higher, 2504 for $24 stock. That's a pretty decent move. And then we have the possibility of breaking that out too, which to me it looks like SoFi does want to go higher from here. However, I'd see if we get that little small pullback first. Let's pump this one higher on the list as well. All right, yeah, both of those. We got Delta, DAL, Delta Airlines. Real Virtual Demand says, are we expecting some of Trump's tariffs to start? They have started. Yeah, we've been collecting money. That's why the we still have the PPI tomorrow, I believe, comes out. So CPI was yesterday. I think we didn't have PPI today, right? I don't believe. I think that comes out tomorrow. But those that CPI report is extremely important. We used to watch CPI all the time because it was the entire market was moving off of just inflation and uh, things were going crazy. They've become a lot less important, kind of back to the standard market where it doesn't really matter as much. However, the tariffs, the impact from tariffs, we would start to see signs in this report coming out. So CPI was in line, wasn't too bad, and then PPI, that's the next one. So that's the next bigger one. If we can survive that, which yeah, Lucian's saying tomorrow 8:30. If we can survive that, that's going to give us the inflation from the manufacturers. So we'll see if they're just eating the cost. If they are seeing inflation, eventually that will get passed down and start showing in CPI. Or if we survive those numbers and we don't see anything, then this market's going to absolutely love it. For Delta, yeah, it is gapping up like the rest of the market. You got 59.40. I think I'd be a little bit more keen on this thing pulling back to that retest spot. 59.40 would be my first target. Obviously, maybe we could break through it. 59.79 is my next one. The bigger target on this one takes us up to 61.34. I don't think we hit that today, but this is a pretty monster candle that we put in yesterday. Man, airlines went crazy, huh? Look for I think a more likely chance of a pullback. And if it opens and runs, it's just going to run without me after that type of candle. But if we get a pullback to 58.33, that might be worth looking at. We got Archer, ACHR. Oh, can't put spaces in there. I'm telling you, what's going to be a wild day. I don't know. We got a retest gap on Archer. That is a good pivot that we're crossing above. This is the same boat that AVAV is going to be in. Although I kind of like this Archer chart a little bit better. This one we're gapping above a pivot. You have a little bit more room on this one, I think. Yeah, you got room up to like $10.81. I'd still expect a pullback. A full-on retest would take us to $9.96. I don't know that I'd really want to see it get there. I think the lowest I'd really want to see is a retest to like $10.31 and $10.35. So if we could hold there, I'd be interested in possibly going long. If we get a full-on retest, it might be considering it for a swing at that point as opposed to a day trade. Day trade, I think there'd be just too much more resistance we'd have to get now back above for today. But if we hold those spots, I think day trade wise, if we do make a full-on pullback, this is a monster bullish engulfing candle covering one, two, three, almost 4 full days And with this gap open, that's going to cover the fourth and almost the fifth day of just straight selling. So a little bit of a bear trap on Archer. Looks good. I think longer term, you have at least $11.12, and then you have a whole bunch of untested VPOCs. Eventually, $11.87, and then all the way back up to like 13.53 at some point. So I think it's one to watch. Keep on the list. Day trading wise. Well, we'll see if we get that pullback. As long as we have a tight setup on it, I think we might be able to do something with it. Walter says, "Yeah, it contributed." I mean, if any day you show up, you are contributing, Walter. I appreciate it. We got UNH uh retest gap. We are above the 20 at this open, so that's kind of interesting. I mean, I'm in it. I kind of want this thing to just crumble another $100 because I keep adding to it. I'm only in a little starter position at this point, but it does what it does. It is a little retest gap. You're kind of in between a little support resistance. So watch 267.45. That's going to be your big one. If we could close above that, then I think for a swing trade basis, that will probably close this gap up to 281.85. We'll have to see what happens there. Otherwise, for today, you have the element of the retest gap. A full-on retest would take you into like 260.51. I think that'd be an interesting spot to look to buy. Um, but I'd like to see what happens at 264.25. That would be my little support. If we could kind of hold it, fantastic. And then maybe we don't do a full-on retest. I don't know how strong this one is from July 30th. But yeah, I don't think I'd be ultra bullish unless we just break 267.71. We're gonna have to pull back, retest it, and then I think on that retest is an opportunity to buy for UNH. Lucian says, if you have time, thoughts on pins for a swing since the first bull candle after earnings had selling pressure. For you, Lucian, we'll make some time. No problem. We're gonna delay the market open a little bit. Squeeze this one in. Um, well, it's not at all-time highs, so that's a first sign that we should just probably be buying it. We did come down to that 200, so it's as of now it's holding it. I think your stop probably 3306 on a swing trade basis. The other thing is if it doesn't hold, 3174 is your longer term value zone. So somewhere around 3174 if it does get down there past that 200. But for now, yeah, lots of room to for this gap fill. I don't know if this one flies for even for today though. We have room to like 35.72, and if we get a close above that, I think that gap fill then is more likely. So here you get some better risk reward. I think it's probably yeah. I think you can bank 2 to 1 on this one for a swing. I try to get in as close as possible to 34.76, and then my stop right underneath that 30 that candle, so 33.10, something like that. Um, Eyes would be on that gap fill 39.09, so I think you have more than enough risk to reward. So the risk to reward's there. You have the support of that 200, which is nice. You are building in a little bit of smaller support around this 34.74 zone. So buying it off there, I think, is probably your key, but I like it. We got along with unemployment claims. Well, they're about to get one more because I'm going to sit on the beach. I'm going to sit on the beach. This market is leaving me unemployed. It's crazy. It's wild. It's giving me nothing to do. CRM looks very, very, very interesting. I don't know if yeah, that's a good trap too. This is a heck of a way to get down there for that double bottom if it happens. I don't know if the full rotation, so let's plan this one out a little bit. Man, that looks really interesting. Mm-mm-mm. I think it's a good spot to I think it's a pretty interesting spot to buy. My question is, with this type of move, we have not had a bounce yet. I think longer term we get some kind of a bounce, maybe the 250 zone, and then we pull back and there'll be a double bottom. So I don't know if this is your spot for, I mean, longer term is fine for 10 years holding it out, but a starter position, something like that would be very interesting. I think if you're playing that very, very well-crafted hammer, I think I'd be playing it maybe up to that 250. I don't think I'd be going for that 260 zone quite yet. I would take my gains here if I could get it, and then look to see if you get a pullback to re-enter here. That's the one I'd probably try to stay in longer. So I think we are going to get one more little pivot, something on CRM. Other than that, that is quite the interesting candle. That is a perfect bear trap. So you did get underneath that spot, trap some bears. You got tons of volume that came in. I don't like the again the velocity that we've just been dropping past, but not bad. You have room for a day trade for today. So we're sitting at 233.65. Technically, it's a gap and go, so maybe we don't actually get back to the support, which is 233.08. Plenty of room up until about 240, so $7 to the higher side. Yeah, let's get this one higher on the list. Let's watch that one. We're gonna be fighting some bears, but and then on top of that, the bear volume has been coming in. Hold on, I don't think TradingView moved this one for me. Come on, TradingView, get it up there. Put this one high on the list. I want to get this one in the top tier. Looks very interesting. So we've obviously had a lot of bears come in, and we got to start taking them out. But yesterday was the highest, and that's a good trap on that one. Yeah, very interesting. All right, let's see. Let me see if I'm missing. We got MLBY. I think it's supposed to be Mobileye, but what's the actual ticker? It's not MLBY. MBLY? Yep, I think it's that one. Uh, Also very interesting. Definitely a retest gap. Watch this one. We got a 3-bar reversal. So if we were to go Bob Ross and recreate this candle, you got your opening here. We pretty much closed at the same spot. You have a lot of price action through here and a very small wick. So a little high wave indecision. We're opening below it or above it. Above would be higher. Yeah, okay. I just gotta practice English. Yep. So that looks pretty good. Pretty fascinating. I don't know about the volume that's coming in on this one, but in a swing trade basis, that looks pretty interesting. We are above a lot of VPOCs. I think your next target on this one, 1432, you take that out. You're looking at like 1447, but that's potentially a little reversal on a daily. We did close a yeah, we almost closed the gap. We didn't quite get down there. Longer term, if you could get to like $13, that'd be awesome. But you do have a little 3-bar reversal, and maybe next target 1455, and then longer term 1513. So I think it's a good risk to reward on a swing trade for Mobileye as well. Day trade wise, again, I don't know what the volume is that comes in on this one or how spready this one could be. But for day trade, just watch those two things. Otherwise, it is interesting on a swing trade perspective. Lots of consolidation on right. Is today the day we break? I don't know. We got crypto kind of going crazy. You're opening right into, so yesterday was a green candle. That would make this one by nature a little bit of a retest gap. However, that green candle inside day, you are gapping above this red candle. I think we're opening into a resistance, $11.59. I would like to see a pullback, probably to about 11.45, somewhere in that spot, and that would be an interesting spot for any of those bears that were in on Monday's candle, who just kind of sat there. Now they're starting to lose a little bit more panicky today. That they would try to probably be getting out. But if you open above this 11.59, which we're a penny higher, you don't really have anything stopping you. I think your next target is $11.96. So that would be an interesting move too. I'd have to see how that opens. I would love to see a little high wave candle, 3-minute high wave candle on that one. Give me a little indecision. Let the bears just kind of see what happens first, and then as soon as they're wrong, then I think you see that little squeeze, that follow through. BMNR. Plenty of room to run. It is a gap and go. Yesterday's red candle, suspicious. It's been inside day. Even that red candle did open and close higher than the previous day's close as well. So technically that could be green. Maybe get a little pullback on this one. 64.76. Plenty of room though on this one, which we talked about. That I think the next stop is 84.23, and my guess is we probably eventually hit that 110.90 zone again. So it looks very, very good. You'll have momentum on this one, especially if Ethereum wants to hold up and there's no dramatic pullbacks. But yeah, I think this one looks pretty good where it could make a quick move. There's nothing really holding this thing back. Psychologically, we closed right around the zone. We're even starting to creep above it. But maybe that's the only thing that's we've been struggling with on Bitmine. I don't think it's that important. I think the next real spot is about 84.23, and that's plenty of room to the upside. CMG. The other ones, watch I think Kramer last night was talking about quantum stocks. Watch any quantum stocks, the qubits of the world today. Watch the IONQ. Well, I forget all the others. CMG. It's at least above some longer term consolidation. Again, good 3 bar reversal play. That looks decent. Looks like a nice bullish hammer if you combine all those. You have some support getting above. I got my first resistance that I'd have to worry about 43.23, and then if you get above that, 44.12. I think it looks interesting. I think there's probably other storied stocks, something else with a catalyst that might get you more momentum today. As a swing trade, yeah, I'd be throwing my stop 41.17. I'd be trying to get it in as close as possible to about 42.85. That gives you good risk to reward on the trade to be holding it slightly longer term. Again, for today, I don't know if Chipotle. I did hear they are starting to use AI in burritos, so actually that might be the catalyst. So maybe, but their avocado is filled with quantum. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, that is good support here above. That's a pretty good looking reversal setup. Swing trade looks good. Day trade, you might have some other companies that can push a little bit quicker. Let's see. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla also getting a little gap up as well. Passed out targets from yesterday. This one's a little bit choppy inside day. It is a gap and go for today, but until you start breaking 343.01, that would be your sign that well, the next psychological level 345. But I think that puts us on a nice continuation path. After 1, 2, 3, 4 green days in a row, we talked about us already breaking through the uh the downward trend on this one, and we'll see. We get a little chop. I think looking to buy around 338 if it gives it to us is a better option. But that is the morning bell. I don't know. It just keeps coming so quick every day. It's incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. But you guys in YouTube land are awesome. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you've not done so already. Other than that,